So we've gone and done it. We've arrived at the very last assignment of the astrophysics year. And what a year. A lot of things we didn't accomplish, a lot of things are new, a lot of us feel like we've been imprisoned. But with all that, I hope we've enlightened you on what's out there and what could be. This is the last of the year for constellations. You guys started out with the circumpolar constellations. We did the fall, the winter, and the spring, and we've done a lot of work with them. Well, no year's complete without doing the summer constellations. I don't want to labor into it. I want to just get this through so you guys can be introduced to this stuff and know there's a lot to see and a lot to learn. Summer's by far one of the neatest times of the year for constellations because we're looking to the edge and to the center of our own galaxy. So there's a lot more stars. There's a lot more spiral arms. And it's a mess. So you guys are going to look at this and go, what am I going to do? Well, let's first take a look at the test. And remember, like the spring constellations, what you have as a review package is not the test. It's the test questions, but it's not the test. So don't go crazy and take it. You can practice, but you will get the test. And I'm going to show you that right now. All right. So where are we? We are looking at the test. So there's the test. Now, this is the copy of the test. I will link you to it. And just like the spring constellations, you will do all the constellations listed upper here. 15 constellations. I'll read them. Boötes, Corona Borealis. Springtime. New stuff, Cygnus, Lyra, Hercules, Aquila, Serpens Kapur, that's supposed to be kaput, Ophiuchus, Serpens Cauda, Libra, the scales for those people born in Libra, Scorpio, Scorpius, Sagittarius, Aquarius, and Capricornus. And finally, the southern fish, Pisces Astrinus. So there's 15 constellations you will have to do on this chart when I submit the link. So don't do anything with this. Stars you have to know, 7 of them. Arcturus, I know that one. Deneb means a tail. Vega, Altair. Pollux, no, we're crossing off. Pollux isn't on there. So there's 6 stars. Fomalhaut and Antares. I will fix this, so don't use this. All right, extra credit. Whoa. These are the things that are really out there that are kind of neat that you'll get extra credit for if you do. 10 extra credit points, 11 if I can count correctly. All right, we have Delphinus, it's a dolphin. Sagitta and Arrow. Vulpecula, which is just a little fox. And what does a fox say? Corona Australis, that's the Southern Cross. Equuleus, that's a seahorse. The Northern Cross, it's an asterism. The Summer Triangle, a beautiful asterism. The Lozenge, what? You've heard of that. Draco, the lozenge, beginning of the year. Pegasus is up. Cat's eyes, and the teapot. So these are the constellations you will have to do for the test. Remember, I'm going to fix the problems and make sure that your link doesn't have it. I'm glad we read it over. All right, you will be given this. And it's a package deal, a PDF. Whoa, is that too quick? To practice on. Oh yeah, this looks familiar. This is not your test. It is a chart showing you all the constellations out there. Your test, once again, is more realistic. It's what really it looks like out there. Cool. Is that why I did that? Yeah, Mr. Barley, you're smart. All right. Here is the practice you get to practice on. Not all those are going to be on the test. And then we will look at the different constellations. Why don't we start that right now? All right. Great overview. We've got Cygnus, the swan. Here are the wings. Bright star Deneb. Long neck. And notice the Northern Cross. Deneb is something like the 11th brightest star in the sky, but it is the most luminous star in perhaps the entire galaxy. It's 200 times as luminous as the sun. It's the upper limits of how bright a star could be. And they used to think it was about 500 light years away. Then they stretched it and went, oh, parallax told us it's 1,500 light years away. And then with some satellite data, they're now thinking it's 2,600 light years away, give or take a few percent. So this is a massive major bright star in the tail. It means the tail of the swan. Right next to it is Lyra. Now, but Lyra could be either a musical instrument. In some cases, it's a crow. Well, the way it's drawn here, I don't know, it looks like a happy dog-like face with an eyeball, but that could be a musical instrument with these strings. Vega is the bright star there. It used to be the fourth brightest star in the sky. It's now the fifth. Arcturus took over. It is 25 light years away and arguably the most studied of all stars in the sky besides our sun. It's 25 light years away, relatively close, about twice as massive as our sun. And then we have Hercules. Check this constellation out. Keystones is his head, all faint stars. There's his legs. He's reaching down and grabbing with a club. Well done. The head of the snake. All right. A little bit of reading if you want to. This is old 1950s stuff. Remember Hercules is grabbing for the head of the snake? Well, here's the snake. This is called serpens caput. Caput. This is serpens cauda. Caput is the head. Cauda, C-A-U-D-A, is the tail. And notice Ophiuchus. Ophiuchus is a witch doctor or a serpent holder, and the stars are, sorry, more of the planets will go through the stars and the legs of Ophiuchus than Scorpio ever does. So really, this should be the 13th constellation in the sky. Now right below it, beautiful. If you are a Scorpio, beautiful constellation. It is rather low, but it just is dynamic. And if you could take a look right here, there's his claws. Antares, you'll have to know, is a bright red star. Correct me if I'm wrong, I probably am, but Antares means anti-Mars. Very often they're confused if they're in the same part of the sky. It's a very red star. Take a look, it comes on down. There's the cat's eyes, or Shula, or Shala, and that's going to be an extra credit. Also, Libra is off to the right. Very lousy, funky constellation. In fact, if you draw it out, usually in the sky, this looks like one of the claws, and this comes to look like another claw of the Scorpio. And in fact, the ancients used to include the scales as part of Scorpio, as part of it also. All right, and as always, we have the reading that goes with it. And here's our third chart. We got some extra credit in here. Aquila the eagle has this bright star called Altair. Altair is not too far away. It is about 10th brightest star in the sky. It is a fast rotating star. This thing is at the limits of spinning itself apart. We've taken pictures and it does look oblate. So Altair in the constellation Aquila, it is an eagle. There are the arms, there's the head. In fact, they're missing some faint stars that actually makes this look like a beak and then a head kind of like a chicken, but it's an eagle. We are not doing the shield or scutum. The extra credit is Sagitta, the arrow, and Delphinus. We'll look at that when I go over the actual practice, not the test. You're doing the test. All right, here it is, Sagittarius. Oh, that's a great constellation. So here he is, half horse, half archer. He's got this beautiful bow. He's an archer. He's got a funky looking body with a head that's triangular shaped and a feather in his hat. What great centaur would not be great without a feather in his hat? He's got a very dim body. And I don't know, I think H.A. Ray was stretchy when he drew it, but there it is. Notice I drew on here this dark blue in pen. That's a teapot. Do you see the spout? You see the handle? And then you'll see steam rising up in the Milky Way. Extra credit down here is Corona Australis. Again, I'll go over it. And the last batch of constellations you'll have to do, oh, there's the reading, is into the late summer and into the fall. We've got Aquarius. Yes, it is the dawning of a new age of Aquarius. We've moved from Pisces. This is the equinox now starts in Aquarius. Ooh, because the Earth wobbles. Anyway, here's Aquarius. He's got a head. He's running. He's got a bucket, and he's spilling water. And in fact, there's all these other looking like spills in the night sky. So it really looks good, but HA really doesn't want to confuse. Here's the sea goat. Sea goat? This is Capricorn. There's his head. Long fork. If you see in the night sky, he's got two horns that parallel it. It's pretty cool. And then he's got this high end, rear end, a lot of weird stars going over here. And lastly, with the bright star Fomalhaut, I hope I pronounced that correctly, Fomalhaut. And here's the southern fish. You can see the tail. I don't know. These guys are out of their minds. All right, it is time for practice. I hope we're ready. Oops, did I go wrong? I went to wrong. Yeah, I got to go over here. Now you don't have to look at me. Here we go. Now, you guys, your practice sheet in your packet, which is the one I just went over, not to be confused with the test. Just making sure after all the problems we had, as a test. All right, we're going over that. You're doing the test. I'm going over the charts. Your job is to plot it all in the sky. It looks, the sky is easier than the charts, I promise you. All right, let's do this. All right, here we go. Where are we going to start? Well, I'm going to start with this stuff I know. Okay, so what do I know? Well, I know over here, I see that bright star, pencil time, and that bright star goes to this star, and this star goes up here, and that bright star is Arcturus. And we remember he's got this whacked out head, kind of flat back of the head, and then he's got a hat. And remember, he's a bear herder, so there's his feet. Every good bear, he doesn't have arms, figure that out. But he does indeed have a pipe. And we will abbreviate booties. All right, that's one of the constellations you need to know. Yeah. Right next to it is that beautiful, curvy, almost made to be CRB, Corona Borealis, the Northern Crown. All right. Well, the stuff up here you can see, missing a star, you don't need. It's not on here. So I won't even name it, but that may look familiar to you. And this star may look familiar to you, but you don't need it. It's not on your chart. So, hey, who cares about Ursa Minor? But we're going to go over the new stuff. And it gets a little nasty, and on yours you can see the Milky Way going through here. And I'm looking for this bright area, and it looks like a cross. And indeed, it's called, for an extra point, the Northern Cross. That is an asterism. This bright star is Deneb. And Deneb is a part of Cygnus the Swan. I'm going to draw out his wings. Don't ask me why they connect those two stars. And then he's got, of course, feet. This is Cygnus, CYG. All right, what about all this up there? Well, guess what? Your test only goes to about, I don't want to cut off the wrong area, but it goes to about here. This is your test. So you won't need to know over here. That looks familiar. You won't need to know. Does that look good? I went crooked there. You won't need to know the biggest Dipperus. Don't need to know anything up here. But right here, you'll see a star on your test. There's your lozenge, because it does connect to Draco. Now, if I don't name it here, it's not on the test. I really went crooked here. Something's really a mess up here. It doesn't, oh, there it is. I did go right. Sorry about that. And then their pointers point here. So if I don't name it, it's not on the test. All right. This is something you remember. I'm not naming it, but I'm practicing. What? Circumpolar stars? So there it is. That's Draco. Didn't name it. It's not on the test. But remember, this is the lozenge right here. And you'll have a name you can do it. This is the Northern Cross. You could do it here. All right, cool. Right above Cygnus is this bright star Vega. Remember, your test is so much easier than this. This is such a hard test. So there's Vega, 25 light years away. Comes down to this parallelogram, like the strings of a lyra. It kind of this cool thing. It's got a triangle with a parallelogram. Goes up here, goes to these two stars. Vega's the bright one. And then this is Lyra. Okay, we're almost done with that first area. You might say, Mr. Bartlett, I don't remember. Well, I'll show you. I will show you. So you remember this? That's the test. So we have just covered, we just covered Deneb, Vega, and now we got to go to Hercules. Yes, Hercules, Hercules, Hercules. All right. Now, it's a hard one to get, but once you get it, you're fine. Look for the keystones, a bunch of faint stars. This is a familiar pattern. Keystones is that stone that's in the center of the archway that supports all the columns, I guess, in an arch, and that's why they have it. It supports a lot of weight. He is working out, so he has a tapered body. Some stuff going on in there. I don't want to talk about that. Left arm goes up and is carrying a club. His other arm goes straight to these two stars because he's reaching for that snake, which we'll get to. And then this leg goes up, and be careful. This bright star is part of Ophiuchus, the serpent holder. All right, down. Good. Hercules, H-E-R. All right. We're doing good. I'm going to move it up. We still got a long ways to go. Oh, where do we want to go? Oh, let's go with the serpent. Here's his head. And again, get a little lost here. No big deal. I'm drawing the snake. It goes to these two stars here, which is actually, the hand. Oh, maybe I should draw that first. Oh, I started. Okay, these two stars are the hand of Ophiuchus. It's going to go into there. Now, your drawing is a little bit different than mine, but that's okay because they have it disconnected. In the old days, serpents used to be one constellation. Then they wanted to break it up to make it 88 instead of 87 constellations. Hey, if I'm wrong about that, it's a good story, right? Okay. Here's the brightest star in Ophiuchus is his head. You want to make kind of like that house, and you want to go straight down one star to that bright star here. I'm going to look for that bright star here, and I'll connect. That's Ophiuchus. Well, he does have some cool legs. That's one leg, and the other one is not quite as bold. And remember I told you these two stars is hand? Well, there you go. Connect here. And I'm going to serpents. Oh, I don't know what it is. I'm just going to spell it out. Serpens. Caput. C-A-P-U-T. That's an A. So there's serpens caput, not capur, caput. And I know there's abbreviation, I don't know. So his snake part actually goes across. I'm going to dash it over to here. And we got to do the tail. Now the tail isn't really that good, but it goes way up here into his hand. So his other arm is like Ophiuchus is right there. And then it goes over and kind of connect these stars. There's your serpents. It's E-N-S. Kata. And don't forget Ophiuchus. Really cool. We have just done it. I'm going to move down. Where are we at? Let's do it real quick. Go back to this. Hi, guys. We have just taken care of Ophiuchus. Notice there's the caput There's the Kata. There's his sweet legs, his head, and there's Ophiuchus. So we're going to go down below and take care of both Scorpius and the scales, or Libra. Whew. Last test, guys. Last test. Hang in there. Yeah. All right. Here's where we are. All right. So in this mess, I am going to look for this bright star, and I'm going to kind of arch it around. Now, if it gets a little squirrely, again, your test is a lot more obvious. There's his claws. Now, if you want to connect any of the extra ones, fine. This bright star here is Antares. And Antares is a red supergiant. And I'm pausing because I misspelled it. It's not A-N-A. It's not Antares. It's Antares. All right, Antares. I'm going to push it up a little bit so you can get the whole gist of everything. Now, Scorpio comes down. In the sky, you can't miss it. It's gorgeous. It's just so low. Up, around, and as stinger as those two stars. These two stars are called cat's eyes. Oops, extra credit. Don't want to write it down. So these are extra credit. Why don't I come back if I can remember to circle that? And there it is, Scorpion. Scorpio, S-C-O, Scorpius. Right in front of Scorpius, we've got the scales. This will be hard. There's what weighs. There's one crossbar with two weights on it. Those are light stars, and it weighs that heavier star. And it means the stars of justice in L-I-B. Yes. Look at this. We've gotten, remember, we don't do, this is what we've got. The southern sky's filled with it. The Milky Way is coming all the way across here. All right, let's find out where we're at. We've just done two of the big screens. Get me out of there. So we just took care of all this. See those two stars? There's that other star. There's the cat's eyes. Very cool. All right. More. Now we're going to go into the finish up the rest of the Milky Way. All right. I like it. Aquila. Sagittarius. Okay, right here, the Milky Way just is gorgeous in here. You'll see these three stars in a row. 1, 2, 3. That's the head of the eagle. We're drawing the eagle. And remember, I told you it does look like some other stars that make it look like a head in there. Draw it down. That's the long, that's his tail, I guess. And crossbars. A, Q, L. This star right here is Altair. That one that spins fast. Great. All right, we have extra credit here and here and here. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Well, why not do it now? So I'm not labeling it, but this is Vulpecula, the fox. What does it say? Absolutely doesn't have a mouth. Here's an arrow. Do you see it? An arrow? And it's a bad shot by the archer. So that's Sagitta. Don't confuse that with Sagittarius. And amazing, in the sky, this is the dolphin. And in fact, if you look at the book, he's got all these stars that really, really makes it look like a dolphin. It really looks like this. It looks like a dolphin. Let's look at that real quick, okay? Get out of it. Sorry. Look at that dolphin. Look up there. That is crazy cool. It looks like a dolphin in the sky. You'd think, why are those stars there? Are there any of them missing? No, they put them together. It looks like a dolphin or dolphinus. Remember, those are extra credit, so you don't have to worry about doing that at all. All right, so we took care of Aquila, that extra credit, and going down south, here it is, the body. We're doing Aquarius, the archer. The body, his triangular shaped head. Watch my mouth. The feather in his hat. He's got a bow. Let's see if we draw the bow out first. That's the bow. Connect the body with the bow. Very cool. He shot the arrow into the sky. And then he's got a weird body because he's a horse body, right? There it is. Strange. SGR. Not to be confused with Sagittarius. SGT. Wow. So we just took care of some big stuff. Here's the teapot. It's a handle. You don't have to draw it. I'm not labeling it, so you don't have to draw it. This is extra credit. There's the teapot. In the sky, there's all this Milky Way coming right out of there's a spout right out of the teapot. It's amazing. Beautiful. Here's another extra credit. Do you see it? This is the Southern Crown, or Corona Australis. All right, we're in the last batch. Over to the left. Let's find out where we're going. Let's do a quick review, see how it is. Oh, me. So we just did. Oh, we didn't do scutum, but there's the teapot, handle, spout, top or lid, and the main part, and the steam coming out. Here's the Corona Australis. You'll have to label any extra credit. You only get 1 point each. There's Delphinus, DEL, and there's Sagitt if you want those extra credit points. All right. Into the finals. We're going to be doing these guys. All right. So, remember? Yeah, you can review it if you want to go back to the beginning. Let's do the last part. And then I'll just show you everything. Okay. Over in the south, we've got, in this area, we got the southern fish, we've got Aquarius, and we've got Capricorn. I don't know who I want to do first. Let's do the water carrier. A star is missing here, but not on your sheet. We'll go across here. We're making his head because it's a familiar asterism. He's got a big nose. His body goes straight down. His arm goes up and over. And he's got a bucket. His bucket, because he's running, is spilling water. Remember? And really, the night sky has all these other water spills everywhere, but you don't have to throw those in. Okay? Well, if he's running, let's make him run. There's one leg that's running. We don't want to go in here because this is Capricorn. If you get messed up, you will get in trouble. And then his other leg goes down here and over. There he is. AQR. AQL was Aquila. Aquarius, his knee has to avoid the sea goat. Here's his head. He's got horns. And in the night sky, he's got another set of horns. It's really pretty cool. Goes back here. There's missing stars here. There's a star, bunch of stars here. Your practice sheet stinks. Goes up to his little tail, his body, and his sea legs. And there's your goat. Again, use your chart to help you go over so you can do the test. You get practice using it against the night sky. And this is your Capricorn. Doing well. Last constellation of the year. Bright star. Fomalhaut. F-O-M-A-L-H-A-U-T. Sounds German right here. It's really one of the only bright stars out in this area. It's pretty dim. We get back into fall constellations with extra credit. Well, with Andromeda, the Great Square, Pegasus. Oh, that stuff again. All right, let's draw the fish. Again, this thing is missing some stars. What am I doing? Well, I'm drawing what you'll see on your charts. And there it is. Pisces. P. I don't think it's P. It's P-S-A. Pisces Austrinus. P-S-A. With Fomalhaut. All right. We done it. Extra credit. Well, I'll circle them all because I did most of them. Teapot, cat's eyes, Delphinus, the dolphin, Sagitta, the arrow, Vulpecula, the fox, the Northern Cross. Lozenge. And one I didn't mention, that bright star. That bright star. That bright star. It draws out the summer. Triangle. Extra credit. So, Deneb, Vega, Altair. That's a big one. I feel like I'm missing something somewhere. I know I am. I know one I haven't done for you. I just can't think of it. Well, let's just do this. Last one that you could do for extra credit. I got to find out where we're located. Wow. All of a sudden, I'm lost in space. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Ooh. Don't have to draw this. You know what that is? That's not extra credit. That's part of the great square. And extra credit. Look at this constellation that we've already done that you don't have to do. What's he drawing? That's another one. Pegasus. Woo! Part of the great square. And yes, folks, what a mess that we've got. We've got all this great summer stuff. All right, folks, so that's it. Long video, long year. Sorry that we couldn't finish up our telescopes. Sorry we couldn't get those silvered. Sorry we couldn't use them. Sorry we kind of gotten into a haze of what those classes used to be. Sorry that we just, yeah. Well, I think the good news is we got some remote stuff going on. We got Venus going through inferior conjunction on the 3rd. If you guys are interested, I'll broadcast that live. I'll keep doing that too. You guys, if you're seniors and you want to be a friend of mine on Facebook, ask. I will let you be my friend because we have friends. If you are in desire, need to put that on Facebook. It's kind of neat because I watch you guys go to college and graduate. So I don't forget you also. Some of you I forget right away, especially the quiet ones, the troublemakers. I always love you guys. All right. With that, I want you guys to have a great summer if you can. I'm right now at the cabin. I've taken pictures of a bunch of comets. I'm coming back home for a couple weeks. Do some lifeguarding and some of that. And then I'll come back up here for the summer, hopefully do some kiteboarding. My daughter and I, Nina, we did some swimming yesterday. Water's got to be 55, 57 in places. And that's fresh water. Oh, it's so cold. But the reason why they call it June Lake is because you don't even go to the lake until June. You used to couldn't even get down here because of the snow. So it really doesn't get that warm. Anyway, best all you guys, more than you know. I need you guys as well as love being with you guys and experiencing more than just what's around us. You know, even when we're trapped at home in a room or in a house or, you know, in our local world, this is well beyond up in the sky. It really exists. It's the universe. And there's so many things that we didn't even touch upon, especially with this, you know, Fermi paradox and everything else we didn't get to because of the conditions or situation we're in. Anyway, stay in good health. Lots of love for you guys. Be safe. Do great things.